Well folks, I've just applied the Embracer Layer because it's the hottest day in the whole wide world today, and that's no relevance to what we're going over because we're talking about shotting and when to use Stotz over shots or vice versa. There's definitely situations where Stotz are better than shots and shots are better than Stotz, so let's go into it. Basically 8s and 9s is pretty much all I'd use for when I'm fishing in deeper water, shallow water. Then you want in sort of 11s and 10s. But let's go through. I'm going to go through the shots first. Now, if you'll see here, Rich expertly zooms in. Whenever you've got your shots and you want them in a fixed position, then you must use shots. You don't want to be using Stotz. The worst thing in the world about Stotz is they just move on your line, folks. Every single fish that you net, I guarantee, if you were using Stotz, they'd be moving. Now, obviously, from a pleasure fishing perspective, it's not much of a problem, you know, you just put them back into the same spot. But can you imagine that over a match, say 5 hours, you're catching a lot of fish. Now this is obviously where the presentation comes into your fishing. You need to make sure you're keeping the shots in the same position. So if you're fiddling around, cheeky, putting the shots back to that same position every time, over a 5 hour match, 6 hour match, whatever, that 100% is going to be costing you fish. So whenever you're wanting fixed shots, that's when you must use shots. So spread bulk like I've got here, or for example, bulk and droppers. Make sure you're using shots and not Stotz. But when you're fishing, let's go on the mudline one first, or margins. When you're fishing on a margin or a mudline, yeah, you could use shots, but it's not much of a problem if they move out. Yeah, so we've got that bulk of number 8 Stotz there, because it's quite harsh fishing when you're fishing the margins. Mudline tends to be bigger fish, put a lot more stress on the line. That's why I don't mind these moving. Now the simple reason for that is, say if they did move, let me just move a couple up there. So if they did move after you'd netted a fish, it only takes a couple of seconds just to literally just pull them shots. Oh, I've taken off the blooming band. Put them shots back into the same position. It doesn't take long at all, and it's a lot. Obviously, Stotz are a lot more delicate on your line, if you like. And you know, if your eyes start going, like Daddy May always says to me, "You'll be on blooming Stotz soon, Andy, because you won't be able to see the splits in shots." And yeah, I get where he's coming from. The splits in Stotz are much better than they are in obviously shots. But if you're using a good quality lead shot, you'll be all right with them. But yeah, I'm waffling a bit now, folks, but you get what I mean. So for bigger fish, a bit more harsher on your line and what have you when it's coming over the rim of the landing net, then just move them all back into that same position. Just let me hook that back up again. So that's what I'd use for margins and across. And then the other reason I'd use Stotz over shots is for when I'm fishing shallow. So lighter Stotz on this case, then it'd be like 11s and 10s. So obviously that nice fall through the water, but the beauty of using a rig like this, fishing through the water, you're checking where the fish are. So when you start getting line bites and foul hook fish, miss bites, that kind of thing, then what obviously you want to be doing is moving the float down to suit where the fish are. But then what the other thing you've got to do is move your Stotz. Now obviously the trouble if you had shots on, a few shots and Stotz and Stotz and shots, if you had shots on, yeah, you could move them, but what they'll do is mark your line, and obviously that's a weak point, so we don't want that. But where Stotz come into play is they're a lot kinder on your line, as I say, a lot more delicate on your line, so you can move them, no problem at all. And it'll double up as like a little babby flit rig, so what I can do is move all them Stotz right under my float. So should I see like the odd mug or anything like that, I can flick that rig to them, no problem at all. And that is pretty much all there is to it. There's nothing complicated with it, but you've got to be using them in the right situations and the right scenarios. So remember, anything fixed, spread bulk, bulk and droppers, go for shots. Anything that you want to move, like for your shallow fishing, or you feel that needs to move, if it's bigger fish you're after, go down the Stotz route, and you will 100% not go wrong.
Right, so we hope you are enjoying the video that you're watching. If not, have just watched. But what we'd also like you to see is the packages that we include for our more technical, informational stuff, where what we can bring to you is all we pretty much know about the technical side and our match style side of fishing. And what we have, you are, of course you are in this bit. We have two sides of things. We have the basic package that for $4.99, you can watch us fish live matches, a Q&A every month, and additional stuff from Matty Dawes with live matches and more technical stuff on his side. Or we have the all access package where you can literally see technical insights, live matches from us, but also some of the best anglers flipping on the planet. I mean, we treat it as 3 days coaching for us, and we go out and we show you what we're learning for anglers like Darren Cox, Andy Bennett, Des Ship, to name but a few. Well worth a look if you fancy having a little bit more fishing content to watch.